finishing up, this is my daily video recap. So I did a daily video throughout August, and I wanted to show you how I made that all happen, the results, and all that kind of fun stuff. So the first thing I did was in my planner, I took my monthly view and wrote out all my topics. And I went over this a little bit in my July recap video. But in case you didn't see it, I used this whole calendar. You can see I scribbled out a few things because I changed ideas a few times. But this helped me keep track of my videos, and also I wanted to do a theme per week. I did this challenge last year, a daily video in August, and my ideas were all over the place. I was talking about one topic on Mondays and another topic on Tuesday. Like, it was just totally random. And this week I wanted the content to be a lot more streamlined, especially because on Tuesdays I also post a blog on my website, and I always have a video embedded in those blog posts. So I already knew what I wanted to talk about on my blog, so I actually centered my video content around that. And so I knew, like, the second week of August, I was talking about websites, so I knew that all of the videos the second week would be about websites. So it was just a matter of, okay, so what exactly do I want to talk about? And I got the ideas, well, both for my blog and my video, from talking to my audience, answering questions. I've had some ideas that I was like, I don't know how I would have a whole blog post centered around this. Like, for instance, one of my first videos of the month was my YouTube studio setup, like how my setup to record in here is. And I was like, I don't know how I would do a whole blog about that, if I want to do a whole blog about that. So it made sense for me to kind of throw it into this daily video mix instead. That way I didn't have to work into my regular content that my audience is used to. So, wrote out my weekly themes, and then I batch recorded a lot of my videos. So I did about 4 to 5 videos a day, not like 5 days in a row, but I actually started recording in July. And then, by August, I think it was August 11th or so, I had all my videos done for the month, like in terms of being recorded. And then by, I think, the 20th or so, they were all scheduled. So I was done. I worked way ahead, did a lot of batch recording, batch editing, and a little secret. So some people care about, like, oh, I am wearing like this blue shirt and I don't want to wear this blue shirt like in the very next video, and I'm one of those people that care. Some people are like, I don't care what I'm wearing in the videos, and if it's in the same shirt in like 3 videos in a row. Well, I care. So I actually did, like, I would wear like a blue shirt and do 1 video per week. So I had a blue shirt video every week, then I had like my black shirt, my gray, like whatever. So that's a little hack if you ever want to do a bunch of batch recording. Do like if I wanted to batch record for September, October, November, then I could do like 1 video for each month in like my blue shirt and then my black shirt, whatever. But like I said, some people don't care. It may not really matter. That's more of just a personal preference. So once I got all my topics written out, decided the order and what all I was going to do, then I started doing research on my keywords. So I use the TubeBuddy plugin, and I also use Google Keyword Planner. And I search for variations of the keyword, what's going to work, what's going to help me rank my videos, because this is content that my audience wants, so that's the most important. But I also want it to reach other people who are not already in my audience. And so I did a lot of research in that. So if you are using TubeBuddy, you can search the tag Explorer and pull up it'll pull up the results, and it'll show you the competition versus the search. And so it'll tell you if it's a good or a bad keyword. And there can be a huge difference in terms of, like, my studio setup video. If it was just studio setup, it was a really bad keyword. But if it was studio setup in my room, I think that's what my video is called, like YouTube recording setup in my room, then it is it's a better keyword because it's more niche. So that's something to pay attention to. If you're using Google Keyword Planner, whenever you search, you want something that is high search and low competition, or medium competition, but high search, so like at least 1,000 to 10,000. It has, I think, 0 to 100, 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000, and then I think it goes 10 to 100,000. And so you want high search, low competition. So that's how I did a lot of my keyword search, because I didn't want to just throw out videos that didn't have good titles that were going to help me rank. And so because of all this research, as of yesterday, I was looking at all of my ranking. 22 out of 31 videos are ranking for their keywords. And 16 of those 22 are ranking in the top 10. There were a few that were like ranking like number 12 or later. So that's pretty good results, especially because you have the first 24 to 48 hours of a video where it can really start ranking. But since I'm doing daily videos, then I'm kind of dividing attention between videos. Whereas usually I just post a video on Tuesdays and send it out on social media and to my email list, and that drives a lot of engagement, a lot of views, which helps it rank. Well, since I'm dividing so much attention and I wasn't sending a daily email to these videos, then it's a little harder for them to rank. But last year when I did this challenge, some of my videos didn't rank right away, but several months later it started ranking. Like if you go look at my top ranking videos, I believe 2, maybe 3 of them are from last August when I did this daily challenge. They didn't rank right away, but over time they did. So I'm not super concerned about the only 22 ranking and 16 out of 22 ranking in the top 10. Not a huge concern, especially considering these are videos that my audience will benefit from. But of course I do want to reach that other audience, people who don't know me yet. So, and I did a variety of videos, like not just topics, like I talked about websites, fonts, PDF creation and selling it, and then the basics of design. So I had that variety of topics, but I had some that were super, super niche. So my website videos, I did like website tips for photographers, for personal trainers, for coaches, and for brick and mortar stores. So these are very, very particular, which is good, even though some of them may not get as many views or as much reach as like my video about how to record your screen. That's a little more generic. It's still specific. I mean, it's a specific task that you're doing, but it can apply to anybody. It could apply to someone in a corporate office that needs to record their screen, or it could, apply to an entrepreneur. So I had those really, really particular ones, but then last week, all my videos walked people through the process of creating and selling a PDF or an ebook. And all of these videos are super specific. It's like how to sell on Gumroad, how to create in Canva, like really, really specific things. But it walks them through that process. So that's good because it keeps people coming back and they can see the next step in the process. Now, I didn't exactly say like, okay, this is video 2 of this process, this is video 3 of this process. I really just laid it out, but into my emails and on social media, I said, hey, I'm walking you through this entire process, so stick around. But then the reason that these topics that are so streamlined are good is that all my website ones could be added to playlists that I have on YouTube regarding websites. But then my PDF one, I have a playlist now that's like create and sell your PDF. And so I can link in the cards on my videos. So like on my first video about creating your ebook in Canva, I can then use the cards to direct them to the playlist that says create and sell your ebook. They click on it, then they see how to make it clickable, how to sell it on Gumroad, how to set up a tripwire. And I can do that, also on the Gumroad video, on the tripwire video, how to do the beginning of the process. And playlists are really good because it's helping your audience see you have more content on this topic, and it also increases your watch time. So YouTube really likes if you keep people on YouTube. Now, especially on your own channel, obviously, but if you keep them on YouTube, that's super important because everybody wants, viewers to stay on their own platform. So if they click and they watch a playlist, then they're going to stay on your channel, hopefully subscribe, maybe opt in or buy something like that. So again, super helpful, the playlist. It's also easier because now I can just tweet or email or link on my blog just to the playlist and say, hey, I have this whole playlist on how to create and sell your PDF. Here you go. Here are all the steps in this process. So that's super helpful because then I can, instead of just linking to one video and hoping that they click over to my channel or click over to a playlist or whatever, that they get because it looks different if you direct people to a playlist. They'll see the video on one side and there'll be a sidebar with all the other videos in that playlist. So then it just auto plays all the videos in your playlist. So that's something that I would work on your YouTube channel if you aren't already, is creating more playlists. So I have one week, I was gone on vacation for an entire week and I still posted a video every day because I worked ahead and scheduled all these. And so now I have a full playlist of font information, like uploading custom fonts to your website, best fonts for a website, best fonts for YouTube, all that kind of stuff. And now it's all in one playlist. And I will actually say I intentionally chose my font videos to go up during vacation because I knew that they weren't going to rank as well anyway. So when I'm on part of getting good ranking on YouTube is that there's engagement, there's clicks, shares, that kind of stuff. So whenever I upload a video, I like it, I comment the first comment, and then I share it on all social media. And that signals to YouTube, people are engaging, because they don't really know or care that it's you. They just see engagement. So I knew that the fonts weren't going to rank as well just because it's not as high of a search term. Not as many people are looking for that kind of stuff. So I intentionally chose these videos because I was like, these will not rank as well. They will not get as much search. But also these are more just for but they are for my audience because I know so many people ask me about this. So I was like, since I won't be here to like and engage and comment, I'm going to intentionally choose these videos to go live while I'm gone because I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't logging in and liking and commenting while on vacation. So I intentionally chose to do that. Some would argue, well, then, why did you do the videos at all? But like I said, these were really for my audience. And they may end up ranking pretty well later on. There's no way to know that or not. But I intentionally did that because I wanted the PDF process. I wanted to really push that to my audience through emails and social media and that kind of thing. So the last part of the process is what I was just talking about, sharing it. So I always embed my videos in my blog posts, my usual weekly blog, weekly video. But I did not want to do a daily blog for each daily video. So I just had my usual blog and then chose one video from each week to embed. And underneath the video on my blog post said, watch more related videos about websites or fonts or PDFs or whatever, and then sent them to a playlist. So I did that. I shared on social media every day. Every time my video goes live, it auto tweets. And then I also would talk about it on Instagram. I usually just did 1 or 2 Instagram stories, usually at the beginning of the week and the end of the week. and I would say, hey, this week, these are the videos coming out. And at the end of the week, I was like, hey, these are the videos that came out. If you missed any of them, here you go. Because I just didn't want to inundate people with like, here are my videos, because it's a lot of videos. And that way, if people saw something when I said, hey, here are the videos coming out, like one time I said that and a friend replied to my Instagram story and was like, oh my gosh, I need all of these videos. So I was like, perfect. So she knew to like pay attention, to tune in to those videos throughout the week. And then I also I send out a weekly newsletter, email, whatever you want to call it, and sent people to my blog post, but then said, hey, here are my daily videos for this week, and linked to each specific video. Now today I am putting up kind of a recap video or recap blog post on my site to say I did another challenge of daily videos. Here are a few favorites, because if someone comes to my blog gets a lot of traffic, more traffic than my YouTube channel sometimes, most of the time. And so I am doing a recap video so people who come to my blog that may not click over to my YouTube icon will still see, oh, like she just did a bunch of videos. Like, here are a few, go watch all the rest. Because I want to make sure that they aren't missing it. Because a lot of people come to my blog from Pinterest or Google search. And like I said, I don't know if they will actually click on the YouTube icon. And since I just put out a lot more videos than usual, I want to make sure that they actually see them. So that is a recap of everything that I did. It was really, really good. I think this year went a lot better than last year in terms of engagement, in terms of ranking, in terms of topics. Overall, it was a lot better. It is difficult to do daily videos. It's a lot of work. But it's also really beneficial. I know the videos last year that I did, the few that are ranking super well, have really helped me grow my channel and my email list and all that kind of fun stuff. So, it is a lot of work, but if you plan ahead, if you work ahead, that really is key to like making it through the entire month. So, if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. If you aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll be going back to just my regular once a week videos after this. So, but thank you all for watching.